Hello, first grade. Today we are going to be working on Chapter 9, Lesson 9. So you're going to need a pencil and you are going to need your math book. Open up to page 687. So 687. If you need some time to get there, pause the video and then unpause when you're ready to get started. Okay, so today we are talking about halves. So what that means is if I have a shape like this, say it out loud, square, I hope you said, because it has four equal sides. So I have this square and I want to put it into halves. Now, if I think of something, like think if I asked you for half of your cookie, you might not want to give it to me because cookies are delicious, but you would know how to break it in half, right? You would split it right down the center. So that's the same thing we're going to do with our shape. So what I want you to do first is go ahead and draw a square, a circle, and a rectangle on your paper just like mine. Do the best that you can, just with your pencil. And now what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line down the center of each of these shapes to show halves. Halves is when something, a shape or an object, is divided into two equal parts. So let's see. For this square, I'm going to draw a line straight from the top in the middle, straight down to the bottom the best I can. I want you to do the same, please. Break that square into halves. Means I have two equal parts. Okay, next we're going to come over here to this circle. I could go straight up and down the middle again, but this time I'm going to show you that you can also, in a circle, go side to side. So I'm going to draw my straight line straight across the center, side to side. Do the same thing on your paper, please. And finally, we have our rectangle down here. I'm going to go right in the center of the rectangle, right in the middle, draw a straight line down to break it into two equal parts, or halves. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear my whole page, and we are going to turn over to our guided practice. So up at the top here, it says a whole that is separated into two equal parts is separated into halves. So each part is a half of the whole. So what it says up here is that two equal parts, so we're going to trace this number two equal parts is the same thing as saying two halves. So we trace the other two. So we could say it either way. We can say it has two equal parts, or we could say it has two halves. So let's come down here for number one. How many equal parts does this square have? Well, we just count the parts. One, two. I can see that they're equal too. That's really important. So I'm going to write 2 on the line. Now let's look at the circle. How many equal parts does the circle have? Has one, two equal parts. So write a 2 on the line. All right, coming down to number 3. Now they want us to draw the lines in to show two equal parts. Well, guess what? We did this on the front of our page. So you should already know how to break these into halves. So you're going to find the middle of the object, middle of the shape. So right about here for my rectangle, I'm going to draw a straight line down. Oh, that's very straight. I'm going to try again. Straight line down. That's much better. And now I have my two equal parts. How many halves do I have? Well, remember, if I have two equal parts, that's the same thing as saying that I have two halves. So I had a 2 on that line. Okay, what I want you to do is try to do number 4 by yourself. So pause your video, do number 4. You're going to draw a line so that you have two equal parts, and then you're going to write how many halves, and then unpause it so we can check your work. All right, so you should have finished number 4 by now. So I'm going to draw a line straight down the center of my circle. I have two equal parts, but I could have also first grade done it this way. So if you did it either of those ways, you are still correct. There's more than one right way. And then I can see that I have two equal parts, or I also say two halves. So I can write my 2 on the line. All right. Let's move to our problem solving page. Okay. It says, number 13 says, Joey has a hot dog. He cuts it in half. How many equal parts is the hot dog cut into? Well, think about it, just like when we were sharing that cookie earlier. If you break something in half or cut it in half, how many equal parts do you have? I'm going to draw my hot dog here, just an oval, and I'm going to cut it in half. How many equal parts do I have? I have 1, 2, so 2 equal parts. Number 14 says Tina draws this square. Help Tina by drawing a line to show two equal parts. Draw another line that also shows two equal parts. Okay, so this is what we were talking about when I was just showing you the circle, and I said there's more than one right way to do it. So they want to see both ways that you can split this square into halves. Actually, there's 4 different ways you could do it, and I'm going to do each one with a different color. So are you ready? The first way we can do it is straight up and down the center. So there's one way we can split our square into half. I could also split it in half by going side to side. Then I would have an equal part on the bottom and the top. I'm going to draw another square so it doesn't start looking so confusing. I'm going to draw 2 more actually because I have 2 more ways to show you. The next way that I could draw 2 halves is to start in the corner and draw a straight line, if I can, down to the other corner. Now I have 2 equal parts. Think about when someone at home makes you a sandwich and maybe they cut it in half. Do they cut it in half straight down the center, or do they cut it in half diagonally? Either way, you have 2 equal parts. And then the other way that I can do this is drawing a line from the other corners to connect, just the other way for the diagonal. So choose one of these ways and cut this square into half for Tina, into 2 equal parts. All right, I'm going to clear my page and we're going to go back and look at your independent work. All right, so here we go. For 5 and 6, you're telling me how many equal parts do you see? How many equal parts are there? For number 7, 8, 9, and 10, you need to draw the missing half. So half of the shape is missing. You need to draw the other half. Okay? And then for numbers 11 and 12, you're going to color. So you can use your pencil if you want, or you can get a crayon if you have one nearby. You're going to color half of the shape, and you're going to write how many parts are shaded. So you're coloring half and then writing how many parts are shaded. All right. Good luck with your independent work, and I will see you tomorrow for math.